Hello there folks, this is my post-Gen Con vlog series. I just came back from Gen Con and I thought I'm gonna talk a little bit about what I saw there, what I had there and so on. There weren't any videos for a while already, I'm sorry for that, because it's crazy times. I was in Gen Con, I had to do a lot of stuff as well, and Alina has a crazy lot to do, and there won't be any videos for some time after this, and maybe a top 10 video as well. So the thing is that there's Diced campaign on Indiegogo coming up, so I'm gonna be involved with that a lot, so it's gonna be crazy. So I apologize for not having the videos for a while, but I have to do my job to get to the conventions, to buy games and such, to of course to live a good life. Now it's not a prepared video or anything. I just came up with the idea just doing the post-Gen Con vlog series, set up the camera and the microphone, and here I am talking to you. Here you can see on left of me I have a pile of games I brought from Gen Con, not from only Gen Con, let's say from the trip, because few games are not from Gen Con, but most of them are. I'm gonna talk about them as well, I'm gonna show them, but I'm gonna talk about Gen Con overall, what I feel about it, people, the shout outs to people I saw there, and there was a lot of things going on. But the thing is, first of all, I went to Gen Con with Diced team. I'm working, if somebody doesn't know, I'm working for Play More Games, who developed Diced, a companion app that teaches you games as you play them, like basically think about video game tutorials but for board games. And we are going to launch this huge Indigo campaign. You should definitely check it out. I'm not gonna go into this marketing stuff and pitching you all of this. You're gonna see that on Indigo if you want to. Anyway, this is against our channel policy here. So basically I was working at the booth a lot. I had some time to roam around, talk to different publishers and to different cool people I know, and there were a few people who came by the booth, saw me, said hi, said that they like our videos. That's really cool, big thanks for that. I wasn't sure if people will recognize me while I was Gen Con. I didn't have any Würfel reviews, logos and anything like that, because I was basically working at the Dice booth. Anyway, it was a lot of work. The travel was crazy because we missed the plane from Philadelphia to Indianapolis, so we had to wait for quite a few hours in the airport, and then we got to Indianapolis like in almost midnight, until like midnight Wednesday, and Thursday morning we already had to be at the booth. So it was around like when I woke up at 4 a.m. on Wednesday, my local time, and as US is 7 hours behind from me, so you can do the math, and basically it was a 26. I had some sleep on the plane somewhat. I cannot sleep on any vehicle type things. 26 hours of travel sorta for me, I would say. So it was crazy a lot. It was very tiring, but at the first day I felt all right. Then I got this feeling of huge jet lag, and it's not that pleasant, but on the other hand, I try to roam around as well. I try to talk to as many people as possible, because talking and interaction makes me feel awake. So I ate a lot of greasy, bad food. Not bad. It was good taste, but it's still US. I'm not used to that kind of food. A lot of sugar in the food. Oh my God. But overall, yeah, I had a lot of coffee. I even had an energy drink, and I don't drink energy drinks, so that was crazy a lot. Anyway, the booth work was, I think it was great, because I'm used to talking to people face to face, and when I talk to them face to face, they understand me much better, and I understand them much better, and I really can find all the connections with those various people much better when I'm talking to them in person. So the first day was a crazy day. It was a lot of people that were both. But I was roaming around trying to say hi to as many people as I know and can see in Gen Con as possible. I saw a lot of Dice Tower crew. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to Z, Tom, Sam, Derek. There were like Roy, who I saw as well. There were more. Just slips through my mind right now. So I saw them. On Thursday also I went to a yellow party that was invited to. There were a lot of cool people, famous designers, publishers, some press and such. So I met Daryl, who is the designer of Sagrada. He's a really nice guy, so shout out to him as well. I hope Daryl you see this video. It was really nice to meet you. I saw folks from the Borgen Theater. I saw a lot of people. So that was crazy. So the thing is that I'm gonna talk about the various people as well in a little bit. I'm sorry, and I think I'm still kind of jet lagged because when you go to US, you get jet lagged, but then at the end of the week, I was like, okay, I'm feeling better right now. I feel like I'm in this time zone, and then basically that's where I had to go home, and now I'm home, and now I need to kind of get back to my own time, get the feeling of my own time zone back. So there's that. Anyway, as I started talking about the Yellow Party, that was really cool. I like one of the region managers is Matthew Bonin, who worked for different French publishers. He's with the Dice team right now, and we talked to him. And it's like he was in the Marriott hotel, and there was also Bruno Catala, Bruno Faiduti, Antoine Boza, Theo Rivière, and they were gathering. They wanted to go to this yellow party as well. I was like, okay, I'm not sure where it is. They kind of know, let's go together. So I went to Marriott's hotel, so we met up, and then we all went there. While we were on a walk to the Hyatt's Regency, something like that, Hyatt's Regency. The thing is that there was like, they were talking in French, because they are all the French designers, they're talking in French and joking around, and then Bruno told me about one joke that they talked in French, so it was cool to just walk around with them. You are like, I would imagine if I would just roam around with Catala, Boza, Rivière and Faiduti like that. So that was really cool. So we went to Yellow Party, and there was some drinking and stuff and some food, and they did some announcements. They showed a really cool video of Rob Davies' new game Mountains of Madness, and then they did a small raffle. And the coolest part is I was the last one the last winner, which like basically they raffled away some smaller promos, then some bigger games. They raffled away Bunny Kingdom and Mountains of Madness, and I won Mountains of Madness. That was really cool. So, but the thing is that as my boss wanted this game anyway, so I sold him for a cheaper price. Whoops, I'm sorry. I know I won this game, but the problem is that we played this game and I liked it, but the problem is that I don't think it will fit our gaming group. That's the problem. So that's why I'm not sure about Mountains of Madness. We might at some point get it, because I like the idea, like we're not into cooperative games right now that much, but I like the idea of going through this trip, trying to, like, it's a timing period, like it's a real time where you are trying to get the right cards to your leader, and then you are resolving, but you need to have those exact numbers, skill numbers as well on the cards, and it's all crazy. And if you drink a little bit, then it's even crazier. You get those madness cards. Madness card tell you some weird things. For example, I know you can, whenever you talk, you can only say yes or no. That was really crazy. And yeah, somebody like So I need weapons. Yes. So how many weapons do you have? Yes. Do you have 10 weapons? No. Like, and then yeah, my other madness was whenever somebody, I'm like a pacifist, so whenever somebody says weapons, I have to scream and then shut up. So, but almost each location had weapons, and every time the leader says, so I need 8 to 9 books and I need 10 to 12 weapons, and I was like, ah! Out of a sudden. And this was for many rounds. So crazy game, really cool. You're going through, trying to escape, trying to get the points. We got -2 points, I think. So we're really bad. But all I wanted to do is to get those madness cards and behave strangely. It's Gen Con, and I was so jet lagged. And anyway, that was really cool. So I won this copy right there. So we had a talk with different people. The yellow party. This was Thursday for me. Of course, during the convention time hours, I met with different people. For example, big shout out to Sarah Eriksson, who provided us with a few review copies. They also have this Space Clank in Space, which I wanted to get. But now, here's one thing I'm gonna tell you. That I was not like disappointed in, but where I would say it's better to be in Essen. Like, I will spoil you. I like Essen. Like, I've been to Gen Con only once and not as a customer, of course, so I don't maybe have a full experience, but I still like Essen more as a fair. As a gaming convention, maybe, where you can game a lot and you have so much space to do that. Gen Con, yeah, surely. Events, I don't care about events that much. So I care about some new games, talking to people, and gaming. So that's and buying games, of course. So I would spoil you that I like Essen more. Yeah, definitely. But anyway, the thing is that to get Clank in Space, you had to get into the line, into the queue, starting from 10. Before that, of course, the exhibitors get there earlier. You cannot line up. So, all right. But when the clock is 10, a army of people are marching in. And think about Clank in Space. Ooh, how popular it will be. It was crazy popular game at the con. So that meant that, and they also sold like a certain number of copies, so a certain number of, like a bunch of copies of Clank in Space. So you had to be there in advance. You had to be one of the first to get the copy. So somebody was like, okay, I'm gonna get into the line. So it's 10, I'm going, trying to get in the line, and people just squash into you. It's almost like they would stomp you for that game. And that's where I was like, all right, I'm saying I was pissed off completely about that. It's crazy. I went out of the queue. I said, whatever. I said, I'm not gonna behave like an animal. That was the thing where I got angry, because people behave in the line, they kind of behave like animals, like squeezing and stomping and each other for a game. Just for a game. Yes, you can get it in Gen Con in advance, but basically for the same price as you would get it from a retailer, little bit later, because you can get a lot of more games out there, and you can just, I don't know, it's just so many other games. I'm sure you're not gonna play it right away. Okay, you're gonna play it right away, but there are so many other games. So at least for me, I'm not sure about the others. So at least for me, it was like, okay, no, I'm not into this. I went out of the queue. I went back to my booth because I was angry. I felt that I'm not trying to insult any people, but I felt we were all the animals in the cage trying to survive the apocalypse. That's how I felt in that queue. So it was crazy. That's a rant for me about people being too crazy about new releases and games, and I need to get this right now, otherwise it will be the end of the world. No, it won't be. You want to get it anyway. So I'm gonna get Clank in Space at some point when it comes out. So no big hurry because I got so many other games. So that was that thing. So anyway, I went to Ringgit booth. I met with Sarah Eriksson. She's a good friend of ours. So she gave us a few review copies. You're gonna see it's in soon, let's say in this video. So I'm gonna babble a lot. So it's as I tell you, it's not scripted video. It's just me talking and trying to remember what I had, what I did. So anyway, I saw a lot of new games. I saw Seth Jaffe at Tasty Minstrel Games, David Liu from Mo Ideas Game Design. We had talks with different Christian Waters from Osprey Games. Big thanks to him. He is basically, we are basically reviewing all the stuff that comes out from Osprey Games, and we're good friends as well. So huge shout out to Christian right there. Of course, Darren Andrews, and then yeah, so there are so many people. I saw people from Draft Mechanic. This is the podcast. So who else I saw? Let me see. I talked to Isabella from RS Games. We did a Kickstarter preview for their Master of the Galaxy. We had the smoke talk there as well. I saw Fabien from Matagot. Big shout out to him as well. He showed me Meeple Circus, Okanagan, Valley of the Okanagan, or Okanagan. I don't remember the name exactly, but I'm really into both of these games. I'm gonna get them in Essen. They're gonna be Essen releases, so that's cool. I don't remember all the names. It was Colossal Games or Colossal Arena, something as a studio, which is basically should be like under Matagot or something like that. Anyway, I don't remember the name of the game, but it was a game about the Old West. I made a picture of the game, so it's an Old West. It's this game was inspired maybe, or it's very similar to Merchants and Marauders, but more streamlined. Old West, some combat resolution is much better than, at least as I understood, is much better than in Merchants and Marauders. So I'm really interested in this one. They're going to have Kickstarter of this game, and who knows, we might do a preview of this game. So that's really cool. So what else? Who else did I see? I saw a lot of people. Now, when I start thinking about this, I will remember more and more and more. I saw people from Yellow. I saw people from I saw people from Brad Brooks, the designer of Rise of Trials, which was on Kickstarter. And then we also saw Peter Wogan from Breaking Games as well. Really nice guy, Peter. So it's first time we meet. Of course, we know each other through the internet, but it's first time we meet. I saw the designer of Photosynthesis. It's Hjalmar Hutch. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this game. Ted Alsbach from Bezier Games. Really cool people. I talked with them. Lance from TMG, also Michael. I saw them and talked to them, and we got one copy from TMG. So also big thanks to our biggest fan of this channel, and to our dear friend Kyle Woods, who helped me get some of the games, because I was a little bit struggling with like jet lag, and I couldn't get to all the booths, and he went around anyway buying games, so he bought a few games for us. So big thanks to him. Yeah, it was just crazy. Adrian Martinez I saw as well. So many cool people. Anyway, I'm talking too much probably, but it's gonna be a long video, just babbling and such, so you can put some things in the comments and questions and such. So this Thursday was really crazy, Friday was really crazy, so I was just roaming around trying to see. I was thinking about doing a lot of photos, but someone was like, I don't care. Now, that's one thing. When I was in Gen Con, just roaming around trying to be a customer, not an exhibitor, so I went away from the booth, I had a break, trying to be a customer. Now, that's where, I don't know, maybe because of the work and jet lag and such. So I didn't feel Gen Con. I didn't feel the excitement about Gen Con. I didn't feel excitement about new releases. Maybe also because I know all the releases that are in Gen Con. Cool, but I don't know. I'm waiting for some releases in Essen. There will be really cool releases in Essen that I haven't seen yet. So maybe, I don't know. It's just weird. Of course there are some games that I'm really interested in, and we got them, but I'm like hoping that Essen will get my excitement back for those conventions and such. So, and it's not that hard to travel there than to Gen Con. Anyway, yeah, it was, yeah, the feeling of that, not underwhelmed, but I don't know, I just wasn't that excited about all the games and such. So, but I still roamed around. I bought some games. I talked to a lot of people. So that was crazy. That was really cool. Anyway, not to make this video too long, because if you have any specific questions, first of all the photos I made, very few photos I still made because I was lazy to make any photos. I will post them on Facebook. If not, I already posted them. Anyway, our Facebook page, Würfel Reviews, Facebook page. Find it, get there, and just put up the. Then just look at the pictures. Let's talk about some games that I got there. First of all, let's see what we have here. Anyway, I got 2 solo games to Alina. It's not, these are not new releases, but it's Onirim and Castellion. She already has Sylvian, so it was a good way to get those games on spot and not to try to find them in online for not so good price. So these are the 2 games. These are solo games. One is tiling, the other, like, they're all puzzly. One is tiling, the other one is card game. You're trying to puzzle your way out. So then I got this Deckscape, The Fate of London. Deckscape, I really like all sorts of escape room games. So, and Deckscape is similar to Unlock, where you have those cards and then you're going through cards. You're trying to answer those cards the right way, and then you look if you answered right or wrong, and you're just going through the cards. So trying to get through the story as well, but basically like escape room. It's rather light compared to, for example, the exit room. I mean, like, the puzzles are rather light, but I still like it. I really like that it's big cards in a really small box, and there is enough game for me. And it's not that expensive, so why not? Deckscape, The Fate of London. So then, this is one of the review copies from Renegade Games. It's Atlas, Enchanted Lands. It's gorgeous once you set it up, once you start playing, it's gorgeous, but it's a really simple card game. In this game, you are setting up, like, you're playing the cards, you have to play in the right order, and then you're voting on them. And the cards correspond either to the column or the row, and you're voting if the row will be completed or the column will be completed, and then you score points based on that. And you can get your vote tokens back if somebody else completed column or row. So it's weird. It's hard to explain this game. Once we do the review, you will see how it is and what we think about this game. But I liked it. It's from Alex Cavern. It wasn't like wow experience, but I think I just need to play it a few times more to understand the concept. At first, it was just playing cards and trying to understand how to play this game. I mean, like, not by the rules, but how to think in this game. And then at some points, I like, oh, I see. So if I play this particular card right here, I'm gonna help my opponent. So what card to play right now to not help my opponent? So that's all about that. Then we got Codenames Duet. Codenames Duet, really just Codenames for 2. We tried to play it with more than 2 players, but it's a mess. Just play it with 2 players. Never play more than with 2. You have all those words, but each one of you has its own grid now that you're looking at. You have more assassins on one grid. Some words for you overlap, some not. So why not? Codenames do it. Codenames for two is a really cool thing to own. Then we got this game right here. This is a review copy. This is Tulip Bubble. It's an economy game, a little bit of stock markets. You're trying to buy and sell flowers. Whoever gets to the most money is the winner of the game. I really like the idea of the tokens. I don't remember exactly how it's played, but basically I remember that I liked the idea when he explained it. And I'm looking forward to this one. Kind of a streamlined, more towards the, not entry level, but like medium to light level economy game right here. And it looks really, really cool. So this is Tulip Bubble from my Ideas Games. We already played and reviewed, for example, their mini rails, their Flow of History, which was picked up by TMG. They are doing really, really cool stuff. So I'm looking forward for more stuff from them. Then, not in Gen Con, but I finally decided to get Arkham Horror, the card game, because I'm not playing any solos usually, so, and then I thought there should be something that I have to try as solo, and I thought like Arkham Horror, the card game, might fit my taste, because I love Arkham Horror. We sold it because it's too long, it's clunky, it's fiddly, but I feel like this Arkham Horror, the card game, might give me a little bit vibe of Arkham Horror, and it might be a really, really cool solo game that I want to get through. So anyway, and I like cards as well, card games. So Arkham Horror, the card game, which I got in Lautapelit or the other store, I don't remember what store. Anyway, in Finnish store, while I was in Finland still. Then let's go to this one. Now this is a review copy as well. It's really cool looking box. It's from Breaking Games. It's a 2 to 4 casual strategy game, card game. So when you look at the back of the box, the cards, the game doesn't look that gorgeous. It looks rather bland. But, and you know me, I like great artwork. I like the games to look great. I love the box. I love like the style of cards. But the thing about why I wanted still to review this game is that it felt really interesting and strategic as a card game. So I'm really looking forward to that. It doesn't have many rules, but it should be really strategic, and to understand how to think in this game should be something to, like a nut to crack. And you're gonna see a review of this game at some point. So I'm really looking forward to Aura. And you should check it out too. I haven't played it yet, so I don't have any special opinion on that, but I'm looking forward to playing this game. I don't know why. It's one of those games where, yes, it looks bland, but I'm really interested in this game. Then we have Samara. It's an older game, but TMG picked it up. And this is a tile laying, kind of a settlement, city building game. Don't know much about it, but Alina was interested in at some point, and I talked to Lance, and he said that maybe I want to review some of the TMG games, and said, okay, I haven't played Samara, maybe we should review Samara. Why not? Really cool production, and I'm looking forward to this lovely game, tile laying. I like how there's all sorts of buildings right there and different stuff, so let me just show it. If it will zoom. Anyway, looks interesting. And it's a small box, but rather heavy, because a lot of tiles right there. Then I didn't buy it in Gen Con, but it was in Gen Con. I bought it before in Finnish store. It's on Earth. You have those different dice, you have the cards, you're rolling dice, trying to get on the cards, trying to get the victory points, set collection and such. So it looks really cool. And I like the idea of different dice. The 8-sided, what was it? The 8-sided, the 4-sided, 6-sided. I don't like different sided dice. So that will be a really cool addition to our collection, I'm sure. Haven't played it, but I have high hopes for on Earth. Then another already popular game and another review copy. And this is Sentient. So a card game with dice. It's puzzly game. It's Alex Cavern. So looking forward to another Alex Karen game where I'm a big fan of his design so far. I mean, like Gold West, amazing, World's Fair, amazing. So Sentience should be great as well. I hope so. You are trying to get the dice in the right positions to puzzle them out, so the cards will score your points or do the abilities, something like that. Really cool production of dice. Cards quality is so-so. But overall I like the production and the art style and everything. It looks really good, and I'm hoping for a great game right here. That's Sentient from Alex Karen from Renegade Games. Then it's also not a Gen Con thing, but we had to buy this game through our friend Kyle and ship it to US, and then because the shipping to Estonia was too harsh. Anyway, this is Raxon. If you can see the name on the box as well, it's so black. So this is based on Dead of, I mean, like inspired by Dead of Winter, but it's this Raxon laboratory of Dead of Winter, and it's a cooperative game where you're trying to survive and get infected people away from you, get the right healthy people to you. And I don't know, I haven't played it, but this was a really cool viral marketing tool that they created, and why not? So I'm also in because it's from Flathead Games. It's set in the world of Dead of Winter, and I love Dead of Winter. Why not? Now, talking about Dead of Winter, let me just grab this box right there. Oh my god. This is Dead of Winter Flick 'em Up. Yeah, I know, I'm not into Flick 'em Up. Really, I wasn't interested in Flick 'em Up at all. But as time goes by, I'm liking more and more flicking games. Like for example, we have Catacombs, amazing game. Ice School. We just recently got Zoo Ball. We're gonna review it as well. So Zoo Ball is a great flicking game as well, although it's extremely simple. This one is Dead of Winter Flick 'em Up. Now, where they got me, you can flick a bat and you can kind of shoot a shotgun where you're flicking 3 small pieces, like different bullets, like the bullets explodes at once, and how the zombies move and how it looks overly with the story of Dead of Winter, with the world of Dead of Winter. I'm just into it. I'm not into zombies anymore that much, but I don't know, it's just looks so great. It's heavy, it's cool. I think it's gonna be a blast. Like, I wanna play it right away. Then another game that I bought from Gen Con is this one. It's Sonar. Yes, it looks similar to Captain Sonar, but this is basically Captain Sonar for 2 to 4 players. And there shouldn't be, one thing that there isn't is the real-time aspect of 8 players. So, and here as I understand, there's no that real-time aspect, although you can play it as a real-time, but it should be like more turn-based, and a little bit more streamlined. So, because it's 2 to 4 players. I liked Captain Sonar when we played it, but getting 8 players is just a disaster for me. I don't know how can I get 8 players except in convention, but if you get to convention, you need to explain this game, like you haven't played it for a while, you need to explain this game again to 8 players. It's just a mess, and a miss for me, just due to the amount of players. You can play with less than 8, but I think the full experience is at 8. So now Sonar is 2 to 4 players. It's in teams, so it should be like, I think it should be played the best with 4 players. I can gather 4 players. I'm playing Sonar, more turn-based. That might get some people back to this game that they like the real time and people shouting. That might be a solution for those players, and for me playing this game now, Sonar should be still the same feeling as Captain Sonar. Then we have another review copy from Renegade Games. Yes, Renegade Games gave us 1, 2, 3 review copies. Big thanks to Sarah. We're gonna review more of their games at some points. Don't worry about that. So this is Ex Libris. Where it got me is, first of all, the artwork, and it's like a set collection. It's like a heavier game from their line of games. And there are all the different custom meeples, and those custom meeples, as I understand, have special abilities. I really like all sorts of custom meeples more than miniatures. And this game just looks really, really cool. I just want to play it right away. I mean, like, amazing, cool game. Should be, I hope so. So another cool looking game, great looking game, and a great idea for the game. Haven't played it, but I have really, really, really high hopes for this game. That's photosynthesis. Now photosynthesis has those trees that you make out of cardboard, like a 3D, and then you basically are trying to puzzle out so your trees grow and the other trees don't grow, and then you have this sun mechanic go around the board. Your trees should be in the sun, the other trees should be in the shadow. You're trying to score points. It's kind of abstract, but kind of really thematic, and I like the theme of this game. Look at this cover, like, look at this cover. It's just amazing. Like, another French game that, like, basically gives you, as I look on the side, rather streamlined rules, maybe some luck involved. So it's a very, this whole package is really elegant when you look at this. The art's amazing. The game inside is very streamlined. It's elegant. That's where I talk about French school and why I like the French school the most. It's one of my favorite games from French designers, because they make elegant games. And that's where the word elegant fits the most. What is elegant? It's soft, it's smooth for me. It's nothing too much of, like, it's no fiddliness. It's nothing that you would maybe take away from the game, even a small detail. That's where I call this, like, the game's elegant. For example, we love Cyclades. So Cyclades is I don't know about Titan's expansion, but when you have this base game plus the first expansion, Hades, it's where I call this elegant, because every mechanism works with other mechanism in a smooth way. They're all connected, and you're just playing and just going smoothly, transitioning into the game, and then getting to the final and out of the game, and you have a great experience. So I'm really looking forward to many, many more French designs, and there will be, and I'm gonna get them all. I'm gonna catch them all. Anyway, last game I'm gonna show you is, yes, Whistle Stop, that we got as well from Gen Con. Whistle Stop, train game, tile lane game. I don't know much, basically those. I think it's economy. It might be a little bit of that suburbia thing there in it as well. Might be, I don't know. Resource management and lay track, deliver goods, expand west. Cool. So really looking forward to Whistle Stop. I heard a lot of cool things about this game, so why not? This is it right now. And then we also got a few promos. I got American Railroads for Russian Railroads that we played recently, and I really, really like this game. So anyway, I think that's it. It was still a cool experience to be in Gen Con and to be in US for the first time. So once more, big shout out to everyone who saw me. It was really great to talk to you all. I want to talk to you more whenever we have time, maybe in Essen and through the internet, through Twitter or Facebook. Let's just stay connected with each other. That's the best part. And people who watch this channel as well, let's stay connected. Make some comments, go to the guild, go to Facebook. I'm always ready to talk with you, so I hope you're ready to talk with me. I'm sorry for this extremely long video and my babbles and such, but I just wanted to do that. Plus, one more thing is that there won't be any videos for a while now due to our Indigo campaign, so at least something. Anyway, thanks for watching. We see you another time, and I see you in the comments in Facebook and Twitter, anywhere. Anyway, thanks. Bye-bye.